The animal kingdom is filled with vast collection of wonderful creatures. Perhaps many of them are away from zoologist memories, but it could be much easier to retain if so many species didn't have such misleading name. So today here something interestingly called misnomers we are going to talk about. Hey, this is Aditi Gupta and here are some animals who are misnomers. A misnomer is a word or a term that suggests a meaning that is known to be wrong. It is a kind of a misleading term. So you can see here that a grand hotel, and the picture shows it is completely misery and shattered. The hotel is very dirty and it is nowhere kind of a grand, but it is a grand hotel because its name is a grand hotel, but once we checked in, then we find it very its quality is very low. Okay, so that here the term is misleading by saying it is a grand hotel. Okay, so that is something is a misnomers which is misleading a person by saying it, by giving a different picture, by giving a different scenario. Okay, so we will talk about in the complete video about few animals which are misleading us with their names. So here comes first ladybird. You can see that it is having a bird in its name, but it is not actually a bird. It is that polka dotted flying animal is an insect and it is not a bird. Okay, so this is not a bird and these are small beetle. Okay, so that ladybird is not a bird, it is a small beetle, and they have a body that is a combination of the bright colors. You can see here that bright red, black and yellow, and black dots and red, yellow and white spots are here on its body. So this is a completely polka dotted flying animal which is not a bird but it's an insect, that is a beetle. Next is American buffalo. Yeah, it somewhere looks like a buffalo, but it is not actually a buffalo. This creature is not a buffalo, but it's a bison. Okay, there is in truth no such thing as a buffalo in it, but it's a kind of a bison that early explorer as North America thought that animals resembled old world buffalo. Okay, so this animal just somewhere resembled to the buffalo, that's why they call it as a buffalo, but actually it's a bison. And what's the difference is in bison and buffalo is that it is having a somewhere different horns in it, but actually they both comes into the cattle family. Okay, so they both comes into the cattle family, so that's why we call it's just like a American buffalo. Okay, so that's why it's named as an American buffalo. Next is Komodo dragon. This is no somewhere as a dragon, but it's a giant lizard. Okay, is it not looking like a lizard? Okay, so this is a giant lizard. It is a very huge, largest species of the your lizards. It is the largest species of the lizard, and they can grow up to the 10 feet long from the snout to the tail. From this snout to the tail means it is having a almost 10 feet long, and its weight is again it can be 300 lbs. Okay, so this is a very giant lizard which found in this world, and it is of brown and green color. Next is mad wolf. It is nowhere a wolf, it is not a but we can call it as a fox, but if in fact genetically, if we have some people have studied about that, it is not even comes into the fox also, but somewhere we call it as a fox, but actually it is not a wolf, though its name contains wolf in it, but it is not somewhere anywhere a wolf, and it looks like a long legged fox than as compared to the wolf. Okay, so it looks more fox as the whatever wolf. Fine, so it is the only species left in the Cryosochian species genus. Next is killer whale. The name is something interesting, but it is actually also called orcas. Okay, killer whale is actually also called orcas, and why we call it as a killer whale? sometime in our history, and some ancient sailors called orcas as a whale killer. Because why? Because this creature just catch the large number of members, and catch the largest eat the whales, large whales, by killing it. Okay, so that's why they call it as a whale killer, and apparently they have flipped the name, these terms, and call it as a killer whale. Okay, this sea creature is neither a fish nor a whale. It comes into the dolphin family, and it is a dolphin. Fine. So later they have eventually flipped the term from the whale killer. That's why it formed as a killer whale. Next is our jellyfish. All the names are somewhere pretending to be the different thing, but it is not actually the thing. That's why they all are misnomers. Here jellyfish is also, it is umbrella like sea creature which doesn't look like fish at all. ये कहीं से भी fish नहीं लग रही है. There's nothing kind of a fish in it, and though the word is mentioned in their name, jellyfish are not a fish. Okay, so jellyfish, specific feature of jellyfish is that they don't have brains, they don't have heart, they don't have bones, eyes and all. Okay, and they have a bag like body. Okay, so they have a bag like body, and they that's why they are having an umbrella like structure. Next is titmouse. Definitely you will get confused that mouse is coming. Definitely we are talking about mouse, but it is not somewhere, anywhere it is not a mouse. It is actually a sweet bird. You can see it, it is a beautiful bird, and this creature is not a mouse, and it is a bird. Titmouse, small, cheery voice, non-migratory woodland bird. It is a some kind of bird, and the former spelling titmouse was influenced by the mouse in 16th of century. Okay, so that's why we call it as a it made it to the plural form, and it generated the name titmouse in it, and it is a 55th. It has a 55 species throughout the world. Next is mountain chicken. Mountain chicken is you might be relating it with the chicken and all. It is not anymore chicken. Okay, and this creature is not a chicken, but it is an amphibian. You can see that it is actually a frog. Okay, so it is not in nowhere a chicken, and it is a frog. It is one of the largest frog in the world, and appears the official seal of the Dominica, and the name mountain chicken. Wow, from where that name mountain chicken comes? That comes from the frog's large size. Okay, this is a very largest frog which exists in the world, and the fact that's why that it's hunted for the food. Okay, it is very large, that's why it is hunted for the food. Who likes to eat such kind of stuffs, that's why, and that is why it is named as a mountain chicken, but actually it is nowhere a chicken. So these all are some misleading names. Okay, these are some misleading terms actually resembling and referring to the misnomers. That is why in the whole world we have a lots and lots of amazing species of our animals. Okay, you might be understanding that they are having very large species of our animals, but we can retain so many animals, but if we don't have such kind of misnomers. Okay, so now hopefully you people have understood about what are the misnomers, and this will be, hopefully you can distinguish between that whether they are actually a electric eel or not, they are actually a cat or not, they are actually a fish or not. Okay, so this is all about for this. Hope you people have understood. Stay safe.